2024 is coming to a close, and Mischief Toys is ready to celebrate. Silver and Gold Wharton is the last drop of the year. Are you ready to add him to your collection and make mischief? 3 years of mischief have been made. 2025 will bring many mysterious surprises. Thank you all for a wonderful year. See you in 2025.
Hello, everybody! We're live on another Sunday night, hanging out with you, Gastlecast viewers, Mischief Toys lovers, and everybody else in between. Maybe some haters. You never know who's going to show up to a live. Thank you for being here. We're so excited to be with you this Sunday evening. So just in a couple days, we will be counting down to 10 for the new year, 2025.
You mean down to 1?
Down to 1.
From 10.
No, I count backwards. That's how I do. I count backwards. Yes, counting down to 1 for the new year, for 2025. And before the year is over, of course, Mischief Toys, as per usual, has tricks up their sleeves, or mischief up their sleeves. Jesus, are you paying attention at all?
Well,
where are you?
E.B. Hooks commented that it must have been the wrong promo again because you put the 3 p.m. Eastern one up.
You're kidding me. It said 3 p.m. Eastern?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Mortem is not coming at 3 p.m. Eastern. He'll be here at 12 p.m. Eastern. Thank you very much.
I changed it. I don't know how that happened.
Well, because you're operating improperly, as usual.
Operating improperly. I'm very good at that. I'm known for that. Yeah. So tonight we're going to be just hanging out. I want to reminisce over the year a little bit. My plan is to maybe go live on New Year's Eve after the ball drops to greet everybody and to say Happy New Year's to everybody. I always do that every year. And this year Max is going to be with us, so I probably will bring Max on. Heather usually passes out after we watch a movie and eat a bunch of great food. So it'll be a good night to spend with Max and I. At least, I don't know, half hour or an hour or something like that. But let's talk about this year. I mean, Mischief Toys has come a long way in the 3 years that we've been in operation. But in this 1 year, we have done so much.
We really have.
From being in Hot Topic to being at New York Comic Con and having the biggest convention for Mischief Toys ever. The biggest event ever. The biggest night of mischief ever. Mm-hmm. The most amount of figures we've ever dropped in 1 year. Multiple plush, multiple figures, multiple pins, stickers, sticker hose, sticker books. We've done it all this year. I want to talk about our favorite moments. Okay? So starting from the very beginning of the year, we did a Black Metal Ghastly, which was personally huge for me. Black Metal Ghastly means a lot to me because I love black metal. And you don't see many figures being, I don't know, many figures with the black metal aesthetic attached to it.
Yeah, it's very rare, if at all.
So it was interesting to me to do that, to be able to bring that to life, obviously through our very talented artist, Noelle. Mm-hmm. She brought it to life just like everything else. She's amazing. We couldn't go too far in this conversation without talking about her wonderful artist, Noelle. And then we actually had a new artist that came on board later in the year, who we introduced during New York Comic Con.
Yeah, his name's Devin, and he's amazing. He is behind, what, 4 figures we've dropped this year? Voodoo,
Yes.
Dia de los Muertos, Santa Ghastly, and Elf Ghastly, although the Santa and Elf are inspired by the pins Noel did last year, but he did the body art and the box art.
Yeah, and what's cool is that he is very fluent in like cartoons and animation,
Yeah.
and so he is, or he's really good in those circles. So I want to tap more into that in 2025.
Yeah, he
That's
does
a
a
huge.
phenomenal
That's
job.
that's a huge plan for me personally.
Yeah.
I think that would be really great. But just in fact, the other day, we ran into a figure that's in development right now. And he had come up with something. And we're like, oh, that's kind of cool. But give us some more cartoony vibe to it. And what he came back with, you and I were floored.
I shit.
Literally. Yeah. I mean, this guy is unbelievable. I think that 2025 is going to bring a lot
2025?
is going to bring a lot of great things for Mischief Toys with the artists that we have in tow, and we're actually bringing on another artist, which we have not talked about yet,
Nope.
although they have shared some art with us already.
Yes, but I don't really want to introduce them until we can
No, we
properly
won't introduce them yet. No, but my point is that they have already designed some things for the new year.
Yeah.
And what they've designed so far is really killer.
It's cool.
So I'm excited to see more of what they're doing. You know, Mischief Toys wouldn't be anything if it weren't for our artists, obviously, and then Heather and I coming together with these really crazy ideas in hopes that they will work.
Yeah.
And there are ideas that sometimes will almost feels like it was meant to be. And then there are other things that we come up with where we're like, you know what, maybe this has to wait till a later date. But I think everything that we've dropped in 2024 has really come to life in the way that we had seen it, or the way that we had envisioned it.
Yeah.
I want to jump to you. So something very big for Mischief Toys was hopping into Hot Topic.
Yeah, with Emo Ghastly in particular.
Which was huge. And so
Yes.
Hot Topic, you know, I maybe give a little bit of background about emo music and what it means to you and how we got there.
Oh, okay. I've been emo since the dawn of time.
How is it that your hair is ready for it?
Because I did a hard part from like 12 years old until I was like
It's so weird how
25.
quickly you went to emo. It's unbelievable.
So my emo phase started when I picked up the very first Taking Back Sunday album, their self-titled album, back in 2002. I was 12 years old. And they hate being called emo, but fuck it, they're fucking emo. You can't convince me otherwise. I don't care if you're Taking Back Sunday themselves. They are emo. And I fell in love with emo.
What do they think they are?
I don't know.
I mean, because they fall in that genre.
They do. I agree. Everybody associates them with emo music.
That's interesting that they look at it that way.
But from Taking Back Sunday to Brand New to My Chemical Romance to As Tall as Lions.
What?
Which, yeah.
As Tall as Lions? I've never heard of that.
They're super emo.
Really?
They're super emo, yeah.
Interesting.
Boys Like Girls. They're more like pop punk emo though, sort of. All sorts of bands. I was really proud of Emo Ghastly. I still am. We need to do something else.
That was
with
your
them.
inspiration.
Yeah.
Your inspiration was all those.
No, my inspiration was me being fucking cool. Did I ever tell you that someone like shamed me for not having name brand Converses?
Actually, that's more punk not to have the name brand.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking
So what
bitch.
what are they talking about?
She was like you and your knockoff Converses or something. I never wore them again. I threw them away.
Why? I would have went hardcore with them. Are you kidding
It
me?
really upset me, and I don't know why.
Who even cares?
She was a
Screw
fucking
people.
asshole.
People are dumb.
Yeah,
People are
she
dumb.
was really rude. I was like, dude, like, not everyone can afford name brand Converses.
You're even getting defensive about it.
I was very defensive.
But here's the thing. We started off the year with Black Metal Ghastly, which was a music genre that I was into, and then emo ghastly, which was a genre that you were into.
Yeah.
So we opened the year by kind of introducing these musically driven figures, I guess.
Chris and Heather.
Which is, I think, is a very cool thing that we did that. The Black Metal Ghastly obviously was 666.
Yeah.
That was something that I knew that we had to do. Even though it was a tall number, we had a lot of figures. We don't have a huge, amount of people who are into that kind of a thing. You have fan base for Mischief Toys, but not everybody's going to want to buy it. We had people reach out specifically say, I refuse to buy a figure that has 666 on it. So it caused a little bit of issues for us. And not necessarily like issues for us, but it kind of caused rifts a little bit in terms of like what people were willing to buy. So you have to learn to, you have to make decisions as a business that make sense. And by selecting 666, I knew that it could be partially problematic.
Yeah.
But in the end, it actually ended up working out pretty well.
Yeah.
Black Metal Ghastly dropped. I remember Heather was like, well, why do you want to drop Black Metal Ghastly during the winter? And I was like, well, it's black metal. Black metal to me is like winter, like cold, ice, that like to me, that's what kind of comes to mind with black metal. Because a lot of that music is like Finnish and Norwegian, right? Swedish and all that kind of stuff.
Very snowy.
Yeah.
One of our friends is in Finland right now.
Really? Alex? No kidding. Yeah,
Yeah, and
I've
guess
been
what?
to Finland.
He took his Black Metal Ghastly.
Did he really? Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I've been to Finland before. I've been to Helsinki, Finland. It was really cool there.
I haven't.
Really cold there. It's very cold there.
I'm sure it is. I do have a question before we get away
Sure,
from the talk about these music figures. I want to know, does anyone want to see Emo Ghastly again? Do you want to see Mischief Toys do something else with Emo Ghastly? Because I think that would be really cool.
I think Emo Ghastly's a really cool figure. I think it's a cool design. I like it because it's off the beaten path and it's different. And
I love it.
A lot of what you see out there, the aesthetic, I don't know. A lot of what we do is like, a lot of people are going to be into it. But I think emo is like a very, very specific genre. But there are a lot of people out there who love emo, right? People especially like our age, your age, but my age even, like way back when. Because I started listening to Thursday, Taking Back Sunday, My Chemical Romance back in the early 2000s.
Oh
I was
my God,
a huge fan of all that.
Thursday. I don't know why I always forget about
But
Thursday.
I never
Thursday.
associated Thursday as an emo band, but they kind of are. I mean, they kind of are. But back
Yeah.
when I started listening to them, Full Collapse, that first album, I didn't associate it to emo then at that point.
Yeah.
But they are sort of.
I did. I remember there was this very specific Thursday shirt that everybody at Woods wore.
Oh,
Everybody.
Of course. Oh, yeah.
I never had
By the
it.
way, Woods was a local, like, music house. Like, a lot of people played nearby our like, where we live.
Yeah, it was a lot of local bands. Good Charlotte actually played there forever ago. Like, forever. Before they, got big.
Yeah.
But,
Jessica? Our friend Jess? She's very good friends with them. Or
Really?
she was, yeah.
That's
She
cool.
used to follow them everywhere, but she was actually good friends with them. Like, she knew them.
That's really
Yeah,
neat.
it's really crazy.
But they would have live music at least one night a week, but normally, not normally, but frequently they would do Fridays and Saturdays.
Yeah. Oh,
But
yeah. I used to do Fridays all the time.
Yeah, I would normally go on Friday nights, after school.
But what brought the Emo Ghastly, we had the idea of making Emo Ghastly, or Heather did, and then we decided, it would be cool to do this with Hot Topic, and we just so happened to have a friend who was our good connect at Hot Topic, and really, really great guy.
Well, he specifically went to New York Comic Con to talk to us.
To talk to us, he wanted to know
That's what
we
he
were
said.
about.
Maybe he was trying to butter us up. but-
Maybe. And by the way, he's the guy behind the horror Hot Topic stuff. He sort of grew that, which included this guy right here, the Art the Clown Soda. He's a really great guy. We talk to him all the time. He doesn't want to be known, we would never talk about him or bring him up, because I think that would be wrong. But he's a really great dude, and he offered to work with Mischief Toys and bring Mischief Toys to HotTopic.com. Now, we originally thought about taking Emo Ghastly to Hot Topic stores, and we were going to make more of them. But I said to Heather, I was like, we're so small, and we're we're not at a level where I think that we could pack stores full of emo Ghastly, because people are going to walk in, they're not going to know what they're looking at, they don't understand the character, and I think that's the biggest problem that we have, and then I have to figure out I got to figure it out how we can introduce Ghastly to a bigger audience as a character. I think that we have a good character. I think we have a good villain. And I think Mortem is a very good addition, too. So it's 2025 for me is more about getting out into, I don't want to say mainstream, but more or less in that collectible world in a wider audience. I don't want to be a little independent company forever. I don't want to be a little designer toy company forever. I think there's a grander vision, as far as I'm concerned, for Mischief Toys. And I want to grow it, and I want to continue growing it. And I want to thank you, all of you, for helping us do all the things that we do here. But we were on we were on Hot Topics front page.
Yeah.
I mean, that was like the first level of seeing Ghastly in a place where people are going to HotTopic.com to look for shirts and stuff, and there's our character on the front page.
Which is crazy.
Of the website. Yeah, 100%. I mean, never did I think that we would reach that point, that we would be on the front page of HotTopic.com. That was really stellar. So big shout out to HotTopic.com for that. I would love to work with them again in the future. I think that was a fun collaboration. Although it is painful trying to get your figures at HotTopic.com or on Hot Topic. What a crazy situation we went through. But we got it done. It was through perseverance, and you and I constantly working. We've been working all weekend long. In fact, I would go as far as to say is we have no break other than at night we play Call of Duty Zombies.
Yeah.
That's it. Everything else is like work, but it's for good reason.
Yes.
Because if you do not work hard, how do you expect for things to go in the direction you want them to go in?
Exactly.
And that's where we're at, right? So 2024 started with Black Metal Ghastly, then also the Emo Ghastly, and then worked in. We dropped some glow figures this year because we were going to have the Ghastly Glow Up Tour, which did not happen.
Yeah.
You want to talk about that?
If you want.
Yeah, so the Ghastly Glow Up Tour was basically going to be a tour to different comic book toy stores. We were actually going to go to Poppin' Off Toys. Plastic Empire was going to be a stop. We were going to stop at a bunch of different places with different variants of a glow-in-the-dark Ghastly or blacklight Ghastly. And it just didn't happen. We didn't have the time, the resources, the people that we were trying to connect with. Things just weren't working out. We didn't know how we would go because we were going to do 100-piece counts for every single figure and then drop and have them at the stores. We didn't know if people would show up. Like, there was a lot of gambling with our idea. But I think one day we will end up trying to pull something like that off because I think it's an interesting idea. I'm all about the interesting and sort of out-of-box thinking because right now is the time that we can do it. We're sort of in our infancy.
We have some pretty out-of-box stuff coming.
We absolutely do.
And I'm really excited to show everybody what it is. Like, it's always hard for me to stay tight-lipped about it because I'm just so excited about everything.
100%.
Like, we see things that our audience isn't going to see for 9 months to, like, up to 2 years out. Most of the time. Yeah. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, we have a plan. There's a plan. Like, believe it or not, there's a plan behind what we're doing. Yeah. So it isn't like we're I don't know, pulling stuff out of our butt all the time. Like, a lot of it is like on the spot thinking, like, how do we handle certain things because it's just two of us. But in terms of like a long-term sort of story or drops, we have a lot of stuff already in the bag and are already ready to go. Yeah. But this year, we went through some glow-in-the-dark figures. We had a blue glow, green glow, right? We had all these different glow figures, which I think were great. Yeah. Then we got to the pink glow. Then we got to the summertime, and we dropped a brand new mold, Uncle Sam Ghastly, which Uncle Sam Ghastly is one of my personal favorites.
He's so fun.
I think he's a great figure. I had this idea a long time ago. I remember Heather telling me, like, that's great and all. So Heather is the manager. She sort of keeps everything under control. I'm the, like, nut job shooting out ideas left and right.
Who wants to spend all of our money?
Who wants to spend all of our money. And so Heather years ago was like, we could not do an Uncle Sam Ghastly. Like, it's too expensive. The mold would be expensive. Why don't we try to think up of something a little bit different? Well, eventually we were able to financially do it. And we dropped Uncle Sam Ghastly in 2024. Yeah. And I think that is one of the coolest things that we've ever done. And I have a lot of really great ideas for Uncle Sam Ghastly moving into the future.
Yeah, well, my question always is, if you want to do a mold, that's fantastic. But I need you to give me like 5 ideas that we can do this, because for it to make sense financially, you need to do it more than once.
Right. Yeah. I agree. Yeah, you gotta
molds are a lot.
You gotta have different, you gotta have a bunch of different ideas. Heather always says, give me at least 5 ideas of like things we could do with this. And on the spot, I'm like, oh my God, I don't know if I'll be able to come up with 5 ideas. But typically we do, and we can figure it out. And we got a lot of crazy ideas right now for future things that is going to be, I think it's going to be easier for us to bring new ideas. I don't know how else to say it, but yeah. It'll allow us with a lot of the out-of-box thinking. Yeah. We have an idea in which to make those things happen.
I'm very excited.
Without breaking the bank. Yeah. Yeah, which I'm really excited about.
So, can I give them a little hint of something that, like a time frame of something that may be coming?
Sure.
Without giving out what it's going to be exactly?
I mean, I don't care.
So we have another Uncle Ghastly coming out, but it's not going to be for 4th of July. And I think that it's very cool, and you guys are really, really going to dig it.
100%. It's a great figure. I think people are going to be excited about it. I'm excited for it to come out, and there's a lot more. There's a lot more we can do with Uncle Sam Ghastly, for sure. We remind them of 2 people, or at least Stevens, 2 people from a show called Fish. Oh my God, I remember Fish Tank. There are 2 men that own a family business for fish tanks. The brother-in-law came up with crazy ideas. The other one had to rein them in. That's us, Lisa Stevens. Man, I forgot about that show. That was funny. A good show. Yeah, they used to build these really crazy, elaborate like fish tanks.
Yeah, that sounds like everything you want to do.
Pretty much, yeah.
But we haven't hit the lottery yet.
But let's talk about some of the figures that just did not do as well as we thought this year. I think that's a good place to go. Because, a lot of people behind the scenes may not know it. Maybe they do notice it. Maybe they do see it. And they wonder, what figures are awesome and what figures do really well versus the figures that do not do really well. And we'll talk about our top 3 figures that did really well this year versus the lowest 3 figures.
Oh, do you know what the top ones are?
Can you go on Shopify and look to see what sold out the fastest?
No.
Okay, so I know by from memory.
Okay.
What did really well. And I know what did very poorly.
Okay, let me...
So I know one figure that did incredibly well this year was Mortem.
Oh, yeah.
Mortem did incredibly well.
Yeah.
Really stoked over how well Mortem did. I'm so excited that people love Mortem as much as they do. I think Mortem sort of fits a category that we were not producing, where Ghastly is sort of a cute, silly, fun, sometimes, creature, monster sort of character. Then you had Demonstro, who is just evil, Mr. Evil. By the way, we dropped Initiation Demonstro this year. Initiation Demonstro did incredibly well. Thank you to the Covenant of Mischief. Covenant of Mischief is a fantastic, a fantastic group of people if you're able to get into it, where we drop these really cool figures and items and stuff like that. And 2025 is going to be no different. I would say that we're going to be dropping more in 2025 than we've ever dropped for Coming to Mischief, and it's going to be super fire. We just got the brand new coins in. We can't even talk about them. We're not allowed to talk about them. The narrator told us we can't.
Well, you did just talk about them. You said it's going to be coins.
But the new... Oh, I did, didn't I?
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter. The new coins are incredible, and they're really sleek, and I think people are going to love them. I'm super stoked over that.
Yeah. You know what else did really well this year was Tattoo Ghastly.
Tattoo Ghastly. Well, let's talk about the worst ones. I'm going to tell you the first one right off the top of my head. You ready? Mm-hmm. And this is the one that I'm shocked that didn't do well.
Okay. I know what it is.
Are you sure? Mm-hmm. Popsicle Ghastly.
Yeah.
You agree? Is that the
Yeah.
one you thought I was going to say?
Yeah.
Popsicle Ghastly, which was the red, white, and blue translucent.
I can tell you why.
Oh, I know why. We've had this conversation 100 times. But part of me also thinks that not everybody's looking for that when it comes to Ghastly.
Yeah.
That's like kind of a cute popsicle, I don't know, summertime figure where people want cute and creepy and horror.
Yeah.
I think that's what people look forward to the most with Ghastly figures, because like Radiation, Radiation killed. Radiation was a super win.
Yeah.
Like everybody loved Radiation. In fact, that's one of my favorite figures that we've ever done up until this point.
Yeah, he's so disgusting.
It's so disgusting. But the red, white, and blue Popsicle Ghastly, love that figure. What I like about him is that when I think about like decor for like 4th of July and, like summertime, people put the flags out and they do all these things, and we made like this little red, white, and blue Ghastly, and then the box sort of like captured the little freezy pop thing.
Yeah, so fun fact about that figure is we actually had a completely different box in mind. And as soon as the manufacturer sent us the very first photo of Popsicle Ghastly in development, we said, that looks like a bomb pop. We're gonna completely change the artwork. So we said, hold off on making the boxes. And Noelle quickly remade boxes with the popsicles all over it.
Yep.
Because it was going to have, I think, like fireworks on it.
That's exactly what it was going to be.
Yeah, it was beautiful. It was a beautiful box.
But it reminded me of the bomb pops. Like, when we saw the final version or whatever, that was like where our heads both went. It was like, that is a bomb pop.
Yeah.
Right? And so I'm glad that we went the route that we did.
Yeah.
It captured to me summertime.
It did.
Like, that's what it felt like to me. Just as much as Uncle Sam, or if not more.
Yeah.
But that was one of my personal favorites of the year.
Yeah, I
thought it was a great figure.
I think he would have done better had we dropped him before the 4th or around the 4th. Instead, we dropped him late. Right. Like, had we held him to this coming 4th of July, I think it would have been perfect.
I think so too. I'm glad we didn't though, because we have no room.
I know.
Like, we built this warehouse, which is another big feat for Mischief Toys in 2024.
Yeah, the first set of big feet are mine.
Right. Right. But we built this warehouse to house all of our stuff, and we have realized very quickly that it wasn't built to be big enough. We most likely should have taken over the entire backyard with the thing, but...
Well, legally, I don't think you can.
I don't know how much we could have. If we had cleaned out the entire yard,
maybe. It was a certain
maybe.
percentage.
Was it?
Mm-hmm.
I think that it would have been a better choice to make it as big as the entire yard, or as much as we possibly could have taken over. But it is what it is. We made the decision, and we have what we have now. But Popsicle Ghastly I don't consider it a failure. I never consider what we do a failure.
No.
But I can just consider it as a figure that just doesn't do as well.
Yeah.
So Popsicle Ghastly was one of them. My second one. Do you know what the second one is? What? Hold on.
No,
You go
I
ahead,
have
go
to
ahead.
mouth it.
Yeah, no,
You can't hear me. I'd have to shout and they would hear me.
Okay. What?
Oh my God, just say it.
Well, no, I want you to tell me. Do your mouth again like this. What are you doing? Are you speaking a different language?
No, did you hear that weird
Yeah,
noise?
I did hear that. No, I don't know what you're saying.
Oh my God, you're
Can you
so
message
annoying.
me? I don't know what you're saying. Let me see. Oh, yes. Okay, yeah, that's another one. Yep. In fact, I didn't even think of that, but you're very good. Very, very good. Very good. Should we bring that up?
No,
I don't think so either.
I don't think so.
Let me go a different route.
Okay.
This one blows my balls off.
Oh, I know what you're thinking of.
This one shocks. No. Oh, yeah. This one shocks the shit out of me. And it actually is attached to a giveaway that's going on right now. I know. One of the worst selling figures of this year, and probably the worst selling figure of this year, Skeleton Demonstro.
That's my fault.
How is it your fault?
It's my fault.
How?
Because I gave the manufacturer a higher number than I should have.
So what we figured out is that Demonstro is not very popular.
Yes, but we didn't figure that out until, like, after we ordered our New York Comic Con exclusive.
So my plan is to redesign him in a way. So any Demonstro that's left over currently, we will... I don't know how many more Demonstros you're going to see in that form. I think maybe one or two. Up to this point.
I don't even think that we have any, like...
We have one more that I know of.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
We just reboxed them this week.
Oh, yeah.
But outside of that, I don't think we're going to manufacture that version of Demonstro anymore. Maybe if there's something really special. But I think we're going to redesign Demonstro. Now, he's not going to be redesigned in terms of like how he looks. It'll be more or less like how he is made.
Yeah.
No. How he looks, yes. How can I say this? Like, he's not going to look like the piece that he looks like today.
He'll look different.
Yeah, he'll look a bit different.
But the same.
Yeah. So, we'll most likely create him in a different way. To be honest with you, when we created Demonstro originally, I had this really crazy vision of what we wanted to create, or what I wanted to create. It looked like an alien or something. It looked nothing like what it looks like today.
Yeah.
But the way that we came up with it, with the beard and everything, I thought it looked more like the devil, which is sort of the route that we were going. We wanted him to be like the bad guy to Ghastly. We wanted him to have a villain, a proper villain. And so we came up with the Demonstro. I think he looks really good. I think he looks good in art form, like especially on my shirt here, where he's laughing. He's so badass.
I love him.
But I think we're going to design him a little bit different, so people are going to not want to miss Demonstro. Like, in other words, when he drops, they're going to be in full attention, and they're going to want that Demonstro, right? So, no, not a new paint scheme. It's going to be a new mold altogether. We're going to redesign him. But he's going to have the beard and everything, the pitchfork. He's just going to be different. So we're going to mess around with that a little bit. Haven't even gotten there yet. But it's something that I have vowed to do in the new year. But I love Demonstro so much. I love the character so much. I like that he is this big, he's so much taller than Ghastly. So anyway, right now, if you go and buy a Demonstro on the website.
Any Demonstro. This is
any Demonstro.
Santa Demonstro, Skeleton Demonstro, or Classic Demonstro, the classic red one.
Yep, you have a chance to win a prototype Demonstro. So there you go. If you want to go and pick him up. Keeping the booty on him too.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't know what we're going to do about that.
We have to.
Maybe.
That's a signature.
Maybe. Yeah, we'll have to see. So in essence, Ghastly defeated Demonstro. Yeah, sort of. I guess you could say that. Yeah, so the Skeleton Demonstro, personally, when I got it, like the AP in hand, I remember looking at Heather and saying, maybe we should take this to Comic-Con, because I feel like this figure is going to just smash all of the other figures. I thought, honest to God, I thought it was going to be the most popular one that we dropped. But, as we all know, because it's on the website right now, it did not sell out. So it's a figure that I wholeheartedly thought would kill, but didn't end up killing. And that's a lesson learned. And I think it has something to do with the design of Demonstro.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. But I think he's a great character nonetheless. I bought the skeleton Demonstro, but I couldn't unsee the devil from South Park. Not a diss at all, just my perspective. No, that's okay. That's totally cool. I understand. It's weird because when we designed him, or when Noel designed him, I didn't see it. But now I sort of do, I guess. But we'll mess with him a little bit and make him look different than the current Demonstro in a way.
Yeah.
To separate him from, the Satan from South Park.
Centauro said, do a 2-pack Ghastly and Demonstro. So, no. But we do have a pair of Ghastly and Demonstro coming out soon. Not soon, but at some point. But you won't know that they're a pair until they become a pair, when both of them drop. They won't drop at the same time.
Still waiting on the Heather and Chris 2-pack. You believe it or not, that's something that I really want to do. I don't know if we're going to, but that's something I want to do. So it's on the idea list right now.
I don't know if it'll be a 2-pack or a bundle. I think it'll be a bundle because I want us to have our own boxes.
So Eric wanted to know what was the character that we were talking about that we would not talk about. But I'm going to talk about it anyway because I think it's something. I think it's a good opportunity to discuss it. But I would say the third figure on our list, which I'm gonna throw in there, the Black Metal Ghastly. Didn't do so hot at the very beginning
because
the amount. No, I get it. And then plus people didn't want to buy that because of the number. There's a lot of things that were working against Black Metal Ghastly.
Yeah.
But that was one that I'm just going to wedge in there. Also, Day of the Dead Ghastly. But I think that was because it was too close to New York Comic Con.
Yeah.
We overdid it. But I will stand by this by saying that the Day of the Dead Ghastly is one of the best Ghastlies we have ever made. If you have one, comment in the comment section, please, because I think that is a killer figure.
He is
Devin murdered it.
He did. That is one of my top 5.
100%. Me too.
For sure.
Me too. Do we even have those available, or they're gone?
They're gone.
They're all gone, right?
Yeah.
But the one that that did not do well, and I was personally blown away by,
same, was
the Pride Ghastly this year.
Snazzy Daddy.
Snazzy Daddy was an incredibly great figure. The artwork on it,
detailed,
very detailed. A lot of different colors on him. I think he just really stood out. Even without Pride being stamped on it, I think it was just a cool figure.
Yeah.
Even on its own. Right, if it weren't for a good cause, it was good on its own. Killer figure, and I actually had people tell me they're like, I'm not really into that one. Personal friends, and not that they were against colorful figures or Pride or anything. They just weren't into it, and it shocked the crap out of me because that was another one I got in person. Maybe sometimes I don't know, or sometimes I feel like my taste, a lot of people were going to be into it. But I guess I'm wrong, because when I saw that Pride figure, I was like, this one's going to sell out instantly and people are going to fucking love it.
Yeah.
Honest to God, I thought that was it. Done.
That's what I thought too.
Done. But it sat for a while.
Especially because last year's Pride, it was 500 pieces.
Yeah.
And it wasn't nearly as detailed. It was literally Ghastly's face on a translucent rainbow figure.
Yeah. Nothing to it.
No.
Nothing to it.
It sold out in a day.
Not comparison to Snazzy Daddy.
Yeah.
The Snazzy Daddy, and by the way, Heather came up with the name. We were calling it Pride too.
Yeah.
But Heather came up with Snazzy Daddy, and I thought that was a great name because he had the suit on and everything. He looked like a daddy. Is what he looked like. But it was a great figure. Great box. Mm-hmm. I like the eyes. He had these really cool eyes as well. Yeah, I love his eyes. So my idea with that figure originally was to glitter him. I want to have a glittered suit. Now, that's a possibility in the future. We can do a small batch of them, because I would love to do small batches of figures like that, like reprint, like not a reprint, but the same figure, but like something extra, and do like glitter and do like 100 count. I think that would be sick of that particular figure.
I feel like we should change it up in a different way though as well, because like I like that idea a lot, but I almost feel like something else should change.
Is there any correlation between piece counts and figure sales? If you go high, sometimes, but I would say that there are certain figures like Radiation just sold out instantly.
Yeah.
There are certain numbers, certain figures that sell out no matter what the number is.
Yeah.
That people are just crazy about. So I think it does come down to like what is the flavor, right? The flavor that everybody likes.
Yeah.
Number isn't always associated, but lower numbers always helps. People love low numbers. It's just how this game goes.
But does it sell out instantly because there's only a certain number available, or does it sell out instantly because more people are after it because it's a lower number available? You know what I mean?
Right, sure.
Like, there's no way to figure that out, because no matter how many people we have on the website, so with every drop that we do, typically I'm home or at least somewhere where I'm able to actively look at how many people are on the website, and I like to peek like 10 minutes before a drop, 5 minutes before a drop, and like right before it drops. And there are well over the amount of people on the website than there are figures.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's a sellout and sometimes it's not. It's really weird, and I don't understand it.
So real quick, I noticed that people are buying Demonstro. Thank you for that. I will say this. We will throw in one AP skeleton Demonstro if you order one of those. So if you order one of those figures, we'll make sure an AP is in there somewhere. Just a heads up. So not only the Proto will be in there, but also the AP. Not a whole lot of people are ordering them, so I want to do something special for the people who are, ordering the figure. So thank you for doing that.
So one person will receive an AP and one person will receive a note saying that they're getting a prototype. Okay.
Bingo.
That's cool.
Yeah, I think that would be cool.
How do we pick the number for each figure and pin? We just do. There's really no rhyme or reason aside from obviously the Valentines are 214. Yeah. Or they have been in the past. Will they stay that way? I don't know.
Man, the Valentine's Day, you guys spoke this year with Valentine's Day. That Demonstro didn't last more than 10 seconds.
Yeah, Chris Chris was mad at me. He's like, why the fuck is it that expensive? I said, because it comes with 4 pins.
Yeah, well, that was a great idea. That pin set was a great idea.
Each of our pins are $15, and then with them being in a box, like, it was way more expensive for us to produce those than any other pins, because our typical pins just have a backing card. To put them in a box was, like, ridiculous.
Yeah.
And we had to work with 2 different manufacturers, so it was basically like, we hooked our pin manufacturer up with our box manufacturer, so they were like shipping stuff back and forth between each other, so that was like even more cost for us.
Right.
But we still kept it true to the $15 per pin, even though it had that like extra cost for us, which I thought was really cool. But Demonstro is a pricey figure, plus $60 pin set was pricey, and they ate it up.
Well, and that's the thing, Tanya, any Demonstro. But that's the thing with what we do. It is so expensive. A lot of people probably watch and they're looking at companies like ours and they're like, oh my God, these people are making so much money. They're selling figures for $80 or $70 or whatever. I know it seems very expensive, but remember, when you're buying a figure, it's expensive for us to produce it. So it's not cheap. Molds aren't very cheap either. We're trying to produce these little minis. You wouldn't even imagine the prices that we're being hit with to produce those minis. It is unbelievable. And I will tell you this, I'll be straight up front with you. We still have not landed a deal to make those minis yet because we just can't at the prices that they're hitting us with. It would sink us, quite frankly. Especially because it's all on a chance, right? Yeah. All things that we do are chance-based. You don't know if people are going to be into it and if they're going to buy it.
Yeah.
right? So if you see a figure that sits online for a long time, now sometimes if a figure sits online, I'm okay with it because
it allows
people go to
people-
mischiefttoys.com and they can buy a figure.
Yeah, it allows people who don't know who we are just finding out who we are, something to purchase. Where the number one complaint we used to get was everything sold out on your website. So it's nice to have something on the website. I mean, we
Right.
couldn't even keep our classic Ghastly in stock. Every time we would restock it, people would buy it up. So finally, I was like, you know what? I'm ordering like a big amount, or big-ish, and I'm going to put them all on the website. And I did. And they've been up for a while now, which is incredible.
What helps in making the decision for how many pieces are released with each new figure? Oh, how many pieces each figure will be?
We just sit down, we look at the designs, and
It's
we
literally
just,
throwing darts at the dartboard.
Yeah.
I'll be honest.
we just come up with a number.
Now the Valentine's Day thing is pretty much set in stone as 214. That's our going number, and we're probably not going to stray from that in terms of Valentine's Day because it just makes sense. Black Metal Ghastly obviously was 666. There was purpose for that. So if there's purpose, we will keep the number at a certain number. But other figures, it's sort of just at random, frankly. That's a good question, Lump Lump. Do you shoot for the same amount of each one? No, we don't shoot the same amounts. It's sort of just random. I mean, completely random.
Yeah. If we can't get minis, how about a jumbo? No.
No,
Not right now.
I don't think it's going to be. Can you not? You can't get minis. It's when will we get the minis? So, I think that plan is going to come to fruition. That
At some
idea will
point.
come to fruition. I think it'll happen sooner rather than later. That is my New Year's wish. If we can connect with a company that can do it. We've actually reached out to our main company that we deal with about it because they're asking us, when do you want to do this? We're like, well, give us a better price and we will. So we're waiting for them to come back. We'll have to see. But Jumbo Ghastly, I think that's a cool idea. I don't see that coming anytime soon. I know that Abominable Toys did it sort of like at a, what was that? Like a GoFundMe
Like a
sort of deal, Kickstarter, which is cool. I'm glad they did that. That's fun. That's interesting.
I think that would where we are today, I think that's realistically all that we could do.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Like,
but
we
I
couldn't-
don't want to go that route.
Yeah, I don't want to either. I'd rather get to a point where we feel comfortable to do something like that. But I just, if I told you guys how much this stuff costs, I mean that's, you know, not appropriate to do, but I think it would be mind-blowing, and the fact that it would be a large figure, it would be that much more.
A Jumbo Ghastly with a Sprite logo across it.
In order to produce something like that, we would have to reuse that mold multiple times, and I don't know if there would be, you know, purchasers of something of that size, as well as that it would be costly.
Yeah.
It would for sure be costly.
Mike Trainer brings up a very good point. Make sure you hit the like button on this video. And all the likes, comments, and subscribes, and hitting the little bell. And obviously, that's to tell you when we post new stuff. But the subscribes and the likes and everything, that really helps this channel. So if you haven't done that already, we would really appreciate it. I noticed that we don't get a whole lot of likes during our lives, which is odd because there's a lot of people watching. Sometimes we're in the 150 range. I'm noticing tonight we're right around the 100 range or so, just above or below. So hit the like button. It helps a lot. What that does is it tells the algorithm, or I guess it changes the algorithm, so it spreads out to more people, right? So it bleeds out. And so people who watch content like ours will come and find us, right? So it's important. So thank you for doing that if you haven't already.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, so this year has been full of ups and downs. I would say the biggest up of this year, hands down, was New York Comic Con.
Oh, that was sick.
New York Comic Con was really unbelievable. being approached by Funko, being approached by Thrilljoy, two of the biggest companies in this realm that we live in, being approached by them and talking to them in person, not only for this channel, but also for Mischief Toys, or both, right? Unbelievable. You know, this year was a year that it is a really hard year to top. And the amount of fans that were there and people seeing us and standing in those long lines, right? I'm not going to disrespect that, because that is what makes us, right? Funko and Thrilljoy approaching us is just a separate part of it. I guess that's the cherry on top. Having all of you guys there surrounding us, being there for us, purchasing and having us sign your things and being excited, treating our guys well that work for us. It just means a lot. So New York Comic Con was unreal situation that we were in, approached by so many different people. And it was great. It was a great feeling, because we've been behind this channel for many years, and working as hard as we do, trying to put out content all the time, also running this Mischief Toys business, to be seen and to be appreciated, or to see that people are giving their approval, means a lot. And I know, unfortunately, over the years, with Gastlecast, with this channel, we have maybe rubbed people the wrong way, which really sucks, because instead of people being on board with us, the first thought for them was Gastlecast YouTube channel, they yell trash and they hate the Funko Pops that I love. And that sucks, because had I known we would be here today, I wouldn't want to put that kind of bad taste in people's mouths. I was just trying to be comedic, and we were trying to have fun and be funny and be stupid and silly. So it kind of sucks that people are turned off. You'll notice in comment sections in different places that people are being really hateful. The other day, somebody said something really hateful about Heather in one of our comment sections. I know it really upset her in a really big way.
Please don't say what it was.
I'm not going to say what it was. I'm not going to say what it was. But something that really bothered her. But, I guess there's part of me that wishes that maybe we didn't cross the line as many times as we did, because we were very good at doing that. And we were literally just having fun. There were some times where things got a little hairy, because we were fighting with flippers and stuff like that, and the people in Hollywood were getting mad at us. Funko Hollywood getting mad at us with those stupid chairs. So we ran into a lot of stuff like that. But I think for me, I don't want to turn future fans off because I'm yelling trash at the camera. I guess that kind of sucks, because they could have been like, oh my God, Mischief Toys is kind of cool. So we sort of have like this weird, I don't know, like this weird group of people that are sort of against us just by association, which really sucks. How can anyone hate Heather? She is beyond awesome. Well, there's somebody who just said something really nasty and stupid. In fact, the other day I said it in front of my parents, because I was letting them know kind of what was said or what happened in this comment. And my dad was like, what did he say? He goes, I'm going to go find them. I'm going to punch them in their head. I think is what he said. He got really upset about it. He got really angry. Because people shouldn't say those things on the internet. But we're on the internet. You got trolls. You got people who are going to say shit like that.
Well, their whole point, the whole reason they say the things that they say is because they want to upset you for some reason. And I just don't understand. Like, I don't like to make people upset. Like, that's just not what I like to do. I just don't understand why somebody wants to purposely upset someone. And what really bothers me the most is this person has commented many times before.
You actually kind of know them.
I know who they are. They got more and more hateful as time went on. And they had commented that they have children. And it blows my mind, because it doesn't blow. It makes me feel bad that someone's raising kids and showing them
it's okay to do that.
That example.
Zombie Monkey gave you a boba.
Aw, thank you.
I'm gonna go pee.
That's so sweet.
What are you doing on there?
I don't want to talk about it. Is that okay?
I just saw you doing weird things.
I'm not doing weird things, I promise. But yeah, I don't like to give those comments the time of day anymore. I used to like, you know, send something witty back or whatever. But now I just block them because I don't need that shit. Like, this person has been trolling us hardcore for years, and people will say things like ugly things and, you know, to upset you or whatever. For what? Like, they don't know who I am, you know? They know what they see on a video, and if they don't like it, like, just don't watch it. Why are you following us? Why are you continuing to watch videos? You know what I mean? Like, it's never a one-off comment. It's always, like, you know, someone who keeps coming back for more just to say more hurtful things, and it's like, stop fucking watching if it upsets you so bad, or, you know, whatever. I don't know what I did to upset this person. I think, you know, it's really weird. I know that they're really big into politics, and I think that I don't talk about politics, right? Not even with my family. Like, never ever. And I think that the person assumes something because of maybe like the way that I talk or like whatever. But unless they're having a personal conversation with me, and even then, like, they don't really know me. The only person, there's two people who know who I voted for, Chris and my dad. That's it. I don't share that. I don't really share my views. But I think a lot of people get like super politically motivated, and I think that like drives people to hate other people, and they just assume things. It's really weird. Because that was brought up before, with that particular person. So maybe that's the motivation. I don't know. They're just crazy. Talking politics is dangerous these days. Yeah, I don't talk politics. I was always taught, like, you know, you don't have to share that and you shouldn't share that. So the fact that people are so open about it, it's really sort of like taboo for me. Like, you know how there's people in this world who, like, you know, if, you know, you say the word blowjob, someone will be like, oh my God, you know, there's prude people. Well, that's sort of how I am with politics. Like, I know that's a really weird way of comparing it, but when people talk politics, I'm like, ooh, like, you shouldn't do that. You really shouldn't. You shouldn't just, like, leave it to yourself. But I guess it's important to some people. I don't know. I prefer to, you know, not judge people based off of what they like. What they believe in.
No, of course not. Well, that person. We've been known to yell at people for buying the Venom and Carnage Funko Pops.
Okay, I mean, that's the exception. But I was talking about how that person in particular is very politically motivated. Like, he had left comments on our videos about politics before.
I know.
And I don't even talk about politics.
That's why I don't get upset with these people. That's why I can't get upset about these people, because they're goofball people. So it's hard to get upset with them or to be mad, because they're wacky. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
By the way, Max is asking me over and over for V-Bucks. That's all he's asking for right now. I gotta buy him V-Bucks or something for
No, you don't.
Fortnite.
You just bought him so much shit for Christmas.
He's giving me money to give him V-Bucks because he wants to buy for his game. He's got his cousin over. He's hanging out, doing his thing.
They're wild.
Thank you, Nick Mastramico. Never talk about politics, religion, or the Great Pumpkin. I hate the Great Pumpkin. Maybe I shouldn't say that. But this year has been amazing for Mischief Toys. Thank you to all the fans out there, to people who love what we're doing. It is it's interesting. I get approached by people I haven't seen in many years before we started doing Mischief Toys, and they're just like in awe when I'm telling them about what we're doing. And then it just turns out that I'm in awe as well, because all the things that we've been doing, what we've been up to, is really shocking that we've gotten to where we are in this very little time. This kind of goes all the way back to 2017 when we started opening Funko Pops, or making videos about Funko Pops, or doing unboxings and doing all sorts of things. Then it got to this very interesting point that sort of changed the way I thought about this stuff, about collectibles. And that was the very first Chomp. Chomp sort of changed my, I don't know, kind of my viewpoint of what collectibles were. Because I'm looking at it and I'm like, wait a minute, this thing is more expensive than a Funko Pop. I can go buy a Funko Pop for $10, but this Abominable Toys Chomp is like $60 or whatever the cost was. And I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. It's a limited piece. And so I sort of kept up with it and followed it and like learned about what it was. It was so mysterious, and new figures will come out, and here are the drop times, and this is how it happens. Drops would happen. They would sell out instantly. And I became so obsessed with it. I just thought it was so damn cool. And then eventually, oh my God, thank you, Eric. You didn't have to do that. You're giving $10 to Max for V-Bucks. You're so sweet for doing it. You did not have to do that. Believe me. I'm going to give him. I will make sure that your $10 goes to his V-Bucks. But I just, based off that whole Chomp scenario, is when I started to realize like maybe we could do something with this.
Yeah.
Right? That's sort of what. Now I didn't know then it would be Ghastly or Mischief Toys, but it was sort of the beginning of the thought process.
Yeah.
And so here we are. And now we're like pretty good friends with Abominable Toys, Plastic Empire. We want to work with them in 2025 in some capacity. Not entirely sure what that looks like, but we have definitely had conversations. I think Mischief Toys is going to have a really great year in 2025. A big year for the Coven of Mischief, a big year for brand new figures, right?
I think
and
so too.
Look, the final figure of the year, the final thing of the year for MischiefToys.com is this Mortem figure. You want to hold him up? Got this Mortem figure. We just showed you a promo before the video started. So there's Mortem.
Our very first metallic figure.
Very first metallic figure.
He's metallic silver and gold with a matte black. He is so beautiful.
So we will also have a drop for Coven of Mischief. Now, we're not going to go into explanation of what the Coven of Mischief thing is going to be, but it's something very special. I think you guys are going to love it. It will be announced on New Year's Eve, and I'm excited. I'm excited to see what the Coven of Mischief thinks about it. Any new characters for 2025? Esme's saying something here, Heather. You might want to read that. Any new characters for 2025? Nothing right now. I'm thinking of it. I kind of want to do a minion to Demonstro, but I haven't gotten around to it just yet.
Yeah, we don't have any plans for new characters just yet. New molds for sure.
Yeah.
New would you consider one of the molds a new character? Probably not.
Which one? Put your hand up. Let me see. You, the way that you do your mouth, I can read lips. You.
That's how I say it.
Oh, yeah.
Is that a new character, would you consider?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so there is a new character. But it's only for Coven of Mischief.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's only for... That's why I didn't really want to talk about that yet. But that's okay. So our plan is this year to have a Day of Mischief, which I haven't even started figuring out. I don't know what we're going to do. I have some cool ideas, but we'll see if we can bring it to life. This event will take place here in Maryland. We had a Maryland event in 2024 that was incredible. Way bigger than I ever thought it was going to be. No, Mark Bates, Guar is going to be a separate. Yeah, there's going to be a Guar figure as well. That is separate from what Heather and I were just talking about. I'm excited about the Guar stuff. More Guar stuff coming soon. When is the Coven re-upping, Heather?
January sometime.
January sometime.
Yeah,
Okay.
It'll be late January. We have a lot going on early January. So I think it'll be later in January.
So January 2025 is the 3-year anniversary of Mischief Toys. January 22nd?
Yep.
January 22nd is the 3-year anniversary. Heather today was like, is it 4 years or 3? And I was like, it's 3 because I always go back to 2022 when we started. So I will tell you that in January the 22nd will be a big event for Mischief Toys, so you're going to want to pay attention. We'll have emails and posts and everything else go up for it. It's going to be exciting.
Speaking of which, I think we need glams ASAP.
We can do that. Zachary Stone, thank you. Can't wait for Living Dead weekend. Me
It's
too.
gonna be fun.
Living Dead weekend's going to be amazing. I'm super stoked for that. That's going to happen in June. It's going to be near Pittsburgh at the Monroeville Mall. Hopefully, it's still there by the time the con is going, because right now it's being sold. Like there's all sorts of crazy stuff going on. But we certainly we certainly have some really cool ideas up our sleeves for that. We will also be at Awesome Con in April in DC.
It's gonna be
That's going to
awesome.
be great. It's going to be awesome. Yeah, the Maryland events are going to be fantastic. Jeffrey Wilson's moving locally, so that he'll be able to come to all the things.
Awesome.
So that is great. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. When's the documentary coming out? That's so funny you say that, because Heather and I actually have to film some pieces for the documentary for Zachary Stone. I promise Zachary will be done before Christmas, but it hasn't been done yet.
Wow.
So we're going to do it tomorrow. So Zachary, expect more, or expect video to come to you tomorrow, so we can get that done. Podcast 2025. I would love to.
Probably not.
I would love to. I certainly want to do that. I think it would be great. We definitely need to get back to the podcast. We're so far behind. What else happened this year, Heather? Anything else?
A lot happened this year.
What else? Anything else that of importance? Like
Everything's
huge?
important.
I know everything's important, but come on. Anything big?
We did our first Christmas figures.
First Christmas figures, yes.
Yeah, last year we did Christmas pins. Now we graduated to Christmas figures.
Yes, Christmas figures people seem to love them. They're so exciting. I love the little hats.
Yeah, they're
The hats
adorable.
are fantastic, yeah. I love the hats. What other figures that Mortem was probably the biggest thing of this year. What do you think?
Probably.
Mortem made his debut, and then we had him at New York Comic Con. So Mortem had a double dip this year, now his triple dip for the very end of the year.
I can't believe
we're
we're doing 3 Mortems in 1 year. I mean, within, 3 months of each other? Because the first Mortem, didn't he drop in September?
He did. Something like that.
So I guess 4 months.
Yeah.
Are we getting gargoyles again? Maybe.
Would love to do more gargoyles.
Yeah, we would love to, but we have a little bit of
We're trying to work it out.
Yeah, I'm still very salty about the orange gargoyle.
Nick Marsh is here. He says the plushes, small plushes, is new. That's right. Yeah, we had our little voodoo ghastly plush, which was one of my favorite things of this year.
Mine too.
It is. It was originally going to be burlap, and we decided to change it last minute. We had a fail plush, which is fantastic too. I always think that's fun.
Oh,
Even
yeah,
though it costs us a lot of money.
Fun.
Cost us a lot of money, but it was still fun. Vampire Ghastly, I love that figure so much. That was a great mold. That's right. How many molds did we have this year?
A lot.
So we had, let's see, Uncle Sam, Vampire Ghastly, Mortem. What else? We have more.
Kong.
Oh my God, Kong at Night of Mischief. I completely forgot. Oh my God, that Kong figure is badass. What else? Didn't we have to have a figure made to have the horns with no?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a different version of Ghastly made. So that's 5 total. What else?
I feel like there was another emo.
Emo Ghastly, right? Was that? Yeah, that was this year. I think that's it. About 6 of them. So if people out there ever say that we do not do enough molds, you're out of your goddamn mind. Because we do molds left and right.
It's very impressive for a company of our size.
I would say so.
Yeah. I mean, there are bigger name designer toys that only have like 1 to 3 molds their first few years.
Well, yeah, but
I mean, we've done a ton.
we have very little overhead, though. We do everything on our own.
Yeah, that's true.
We're not paying anybody to do anything. This weekend, I'll give you an example. This weekend, Heather and I, okay, we received figures that had bad boxes. The manufacturer sent us new boxes. We had to take the figures out of the bad boxes and put them in the new boxes, sticker the boxes. Then all the bad boxes had to go to the dump. So Heather and I have been at the dump all weekend for the last, 3 days?
Oh my God.
So we've delivered so much trash to the dump and cardboard, recyclables. That happened. We had to move everything around in the warehouse.
And it was bullshit. Do you want to know why that whole situation was bullshit? Because we received the boxes before they went to mass production.
Mass production? Oh.
They were fine. And then they mass produced them.
They produced
into shit.
Something happened.
Yeah,
something
it was
happened
weird.
On the machine.
Well, you want to know what's fucked up? Our manufacturer said, "Yeah, I thought that would be the case. I'll send you new boxes."
Oh, great! Thanks.
The way they were supposed to be.
That's.
I was.
They probably didn't want to go through
livid.
They probably didn't want to go through the work of putting the figures in the boxes like we had to go through.
Good for them.
Actually, that's what it was.
You know what?
Because it's cheaper for them to just manufacture boxes and ship them.
It's cheaper for me to fly over there and fuck them up.
Whoa, Heather, hostility. Let's bring it down. Oh no.
You know what I would do? Wedgies. Every single one of them.
You know what I thought you were going to say?
What? No!
For some reason, I thought that's where you were going. I don't know why.
Why would I do that?
I don't know.
Why would I say that?
You're playing the drums. You're skiing. No, but yeah, but we've done a lot of work. We have a bunch of figures right now in our dining room, which have to be moved out to the warehouse, which is a lot of damn work. So, you know, it's a lot what we do here, but it's fulfilling. Mm-hmm. It's great. It's fun. Mm-hmm. If it weren't fun, I always say this to myself, because Mischief Toys is sort of like this thing that we're growing, and it's a lot of hard work. And I always say to myself, you know, I got my day job that I work. We do the Gastlecast thing also. Mm-hmm. But if Mischief Toys became like so overwhelming, obnoxious, and too much for me as a human being, you know, I would have to put it down. But the fact that it continues to stay fun for me is the reason why I hang on. Like, it's still fun. The drop days, to see how the drops go, to see if people are into it and how excited they are, to see people posting what they've picked up or posting their collections, like their photos. Like, all of that all those things add up for me. The Mischief Mondays, which if you're not a part of that, you should definitely be a part of it because it's a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. This Monday, tomorrow, is the last Mischief Monday of the year.
And what's the theme?
It's New Year's Eve.
Or Happy New Year?
Is it?
How about just New Year?
No, I already made it.
Oh, you made it?
Yeah, it's done.
I didn't fucking
What do you mean? What do you mean? I worked on it.
I didn't know.
Where's my phone?
Did you check up your butt?
Hold on. It should be New Year's Eve. Right? Yeah, New Year's Eve. So go and take your best New Year's Eve picture. By the way, you have 16 minutes, according to my watch, to go and buy a Demonstro so you can win a Proto. And we're also throwing an AP in there, so somebody could win an AP as well. So there aren't that many. Your chances at getting something are incredibly high right now. So if you do not have any Demonstros, go and grab one. It doesn't matter what Demonstro you pick up. It's the red one, the common, or the classic, the skeleton Halloween Demonstro, or Christmas Demonstro. Go buy any one of those, and you have a chance to win something really cool. By the way, we will be putting on new shirts that we dug out this weekend. They'll be going up on the website, right?
New old shirts.
Old shirts, yeah. So those will be available here very soon. I was going to show them tonight, but we decided against it because it's going to be a lot of work for Heather to put it on the website.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
But those will be available. So some really cool stuff.
A couple of hoodies.
A couple of hoodies. Yep, for the winter.
Or fall. Or spring.
Did you already pick a winner for November? For
We
the
didn't,
Instagram?
and we can't right now.
Okay. You haven't picked one. You have a couple that you really like though, right?
We do have a couple that you and I both chose together that we did really like.
Perfection.
We had them narrowed down, but we didn't get to that final step just because things have been so busy.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so New Year's Eve will be a Coven of Mischief announcement. It's a big one, and you must jump on it on New Year's Eve. Otherwise, it'll be fading away into the ether until the following year. We'll have to see how it all plays out. But it's something very special, very cool, and I think people are going to poop in their little baby pants. Are you wearing baby pants? You better be.
I'm wearing regular ones.
I saw them. They're not regular.
They're regular.
No.
Yeah.
They're very small.
No, they're regular.
They're this big. Heather's wearing underpants that are this big.
I'm actually wearing very large underpants.
Are you?
Yeah, very large. In case anyone was curious.
Hi,
Chris,
everybody.
just stop.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. We're not going to respond to that. What does that mean?
I think it's like a spam.
Is it? Hi, everybody.
I
Thinking
can't
of Mischief
tell.
Toys doing any photo shoots? I'd love to be invited. What? What are you saying? Will there be a time for the Coven announcement? No. Nothing yet. Nothing right now. Hashtag Granny Panties.
There is something. I'm just not going to tell you.
That's messed up, Heather.
Well, I'm
Just
sorry.
poop my pants thinking about it.
Yeah, it'll just, you'll know. You'll figure it out. It's that day. What more can you want? We gave you a day. We shouldn't even give you a day.
I love it.
Yeah.
Mortem is limited to 250 pieces. There's a pin.
It's not spam. She was talking about us hiring a model.
Oh my God.
That sounds hot.
Sure. Amelia loves Ariel. Amelia loves Ariel. Ariel? You do?
I don't even eat spam.
Damn, she's hardcore.
She is.
I'm glad she came in hot like that. She's
Me
like,
too.
fuck you.
Hot model and hot with the doesn't even eat spam comment.
Yeah, sure. Just message us on Instagram at Mischief Toys, and we will. I'm always down for that because people wearing the shirts and doing all the things. So yeah, hit us up. We're always open to that. Let's see. Oh, figure is dropping on New Year's
Eve at 12 p.m.
Eastern time.
Not 3 p.m. Eastern
There's a pin
time.
associated, but there's only 120 pin bundles.
125 pin bundles.
I thought it was 120, no?
It's 125 pin bundles.
Are you sure?
And yes, the figure is 250 pieces.
Bang, bang, baby. So make sure you get your figure, your Mortem. By the way, I'm all decked. I love black and gold. I got black and gold watch. I got black and gold. Heather got me a black and gold ring. I'm all black and gold. I like black and gold.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite. It's my favorite combo right now. I have black and gold plugs coming in, but I had to approve Amazon because apparently they're running late. There's sons of bees.
You should tell them that you didn't get them in time and they'll give you a credit.
No, I had to approve their late arrival.
That's when you say, I'll approve it if you give me a credit.
What?
Bitch.
Yeah. 125, let's effing go.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, let's go.
It's fun.
Do you show the pin?
Oh, I didn't show the pin. You want to see the pin? Do you guys want to see the pin? I think they do.
Did you hear my little fart?
No, I didn't.
I never fart on you, but I did anyway. Squirt.
Can you not do that? Cause earlier we were in the warehouse and I was picking something up off the floor and Chris said, "Don't go there, my fart's there."
I got working farts.
It smelled so bad.
I was working. Hard at work. All right, let's see that pin.
Here's the pin. He's amazing. Oh no, we're having that weird.
Get your big gigantic thumb out of the way, Heather. Jesus Christ. There it is.
There he is.
There he is.
He's awesome.
Look at him. Isn't he cool?
He's so sick. He works perfect. He's full body pin.
He's cool as shit.
I know.
I like it. Whose idea was this?
Me.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it was my idea to do the black, gold, and silver for New Year's.
He's sick, brah. Looks so elegant. That's right.
It is. I thought it said looks so elephant at first. I was like, what?
It looks like an elephant.
He looks like a fucking elephant. Okay, thanks. He's not supposed to. Is that a trunk in his pants, or is he just happy to see me?
I just want you to know my working fart smell worse than my regular farts. Did you smell my regular fart?
Nope.
That's right, because it wasn't a working fart. That's right.
Does New Year's Eve Mortem have the mark? No, he doesn't, because he's matte black.
Yeah, he's matte black. He doesn't have the marks on him. So, we haven't done the marks yet on, well, future Mortems will. This is the one that we designed in the vein of, what, the old Mortem. This has been in a pipeline for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Heather and I went on a walk one day. And
of course.
we had this idea of dropping a New Year's Eve figure. And I was like, it would be so cool to make it like black and gold and whatever, blah, 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 silver and gold. And Heather was like, yeah, okay, let's do it. And we reached out to the manufacturer almost like right then and there. Here's what we want to do. And boom. Bing, bing, bang, boom. We're ready to go.
Yeah.
Or, well, the artist and the manufacturer. It's not the new year until the fart drops. So, speaking of that, New Year's Eve, we will be live. It'll probably be Max and I, my son, hanging out, talking to you about the ball dropping, and talking about all the events of the New Year's Eve drop.
Yes.
And then maybe, I don't know, partying hard. Be eating gummy worms.
Yeah.
That's how we party.
Listen, you guys will know that I'm just going to be asleep. I'm probably going to be sleeping.
You might be in here.
I'll probably be asleep.
You think so?
With the way I'm feeling right now, I am fucking tired.
Why are you so boring?
Because I'm old, Chris, okay?
I am older than you.
I know. I was trying to crack my back.
Oh, okay. I thought that was a fart.
No, it's the chair. It's the loud chairs that you picked.
Chris and Heather, I wish you a happy new year. I believe that Mischief Toys will be even bigger in 2025. You both rock. Thank you, Adam Ang. You're so sweet.
Eric,
so
no
sweet.
edibles. Legitimately just gummy worms.
Regular gummy worms. That's right. That's how we go. That's how we do. Ready?
Yep.
All right. So, as mentioned before, go to MischiefToys.com, buy yourself a brand new Demonstro. With that, you could possibly win a prototype Demonstro, which is like a fail Demonstro prototype, or an AP skeleton Demonstro. But you have to go and purchase a Demonstro of the common, classic, the Christmas one, or the skeleton Demonstro. So go and make your purchases now. You have
7 minutes.
6 to 7 minutes. According to my watch, it says 6 minutes. Go and get yours now before 10 o'clock, and then that's it. Then your chances are over. It's done for, brah. Dunzo. But we will be dropping this figure on New Year's Eve, so look out for that. A new video from Gastlecast coming tomorrow. And then we have some more tricks up our sleeves for the Coven of Mischief on New Year's Eve. All right?
Hey.
Thank you.
Really quick, 250 pieces, and a pin is 125 pieces that will be bundled with this 250 piece figure. So no, it is not 125 figure and pins plus 250 figures. It is 250 figures total, and then 125 of them will be bundled with a pin. I hope all of that makes sense. People ask all the time, is it 250 figures plus whatever the pin number is? No. The figure...
And Mischief Toys is ready to celebrate.
What's happening?
Silver and...
Sorry. Go ahead.
What was happening?
Go ahead.
Yeah, so 250 piece figure, as well as a 125 piece pin. 12 p.m. Eastern, New Year's Eve.
Michael
December
Price, you're
31st.
awesome.
Okay, you can fucking interrupt me.
I will interrupt you all day, Heather, because that's what I like to do. watch this promo real quick.
2024 is coming to a close, and Mischief Toys is ready to celebrate. Silver and Gold Waterm is the last drop of the year. Are you ready to add him to your collection and make mischief? 3 years of mischief have been made. 2025 will bring many mysterious surprises. Thank you all for a wonderful year. See you in 2025.
Oh, ta-da!
You got it right. You got it right.
I got it right. All right, look at that. It finally said the right time. 12 p.m. Eastern on New Year's.
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you got it right.
Bang, bang, bruh.
Did it say 12 p.m. Eastern or did it say 12 p.m. Easter? Because I have the feeling you screwed something up somewhere. Yeah.
It didn't say Easter.
So now people are going to be like, oh, is it New Year's or is it Easter, Chris? Which one is it?
It's Easter. Good luck. Thank you, Adam.
I'm glad you got it right this time, finally.
That's right. Thank you, everybody. We appreciate you tuning in.
Thank you for being
You're
here.
The best.
Make sure you sign up for the newsletter.
Yes.
Follow Mischief Toys on all social media. Mischief Toys, Facebook and Instagram.
Social media?
Nope, I said social.
Social?
And we really appreciate you.
You guys should have done 11:59 p.m.
No,
originally we were going to do something like that.
we were going to do a blind drop at
Yep.
midnight, but we decided not to.
We did.
We decided not to. There's a rhyme and reason for everything, and everyone's gonna be fucking wasted and not paying attention to their phone and like making out on New Year's Eve. So we figured we'd give everybody a heads up.
Will you make out with me during New Year's Eve?
Like that. That's how I do it.
Don't. You look like a weird turtle. Don't do that. Why do you look like that? Stop. I don't like it.
You will on New Year's Eve.
Stop. Okay. Bye, everybody. We love you. Make sure you hit the like button before you go.
Happy
Bye.
New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year. Well, it will be Happy New Year, Heather. We're going to be here live. We'll see you on New Year's.
He will see you on New Year's. I may not.
Heather most likely will be.
Happy New
See
Year.
you later. Love you. Bye.
Bye.
2024 is coming to a close, and Mischief Toys is ready to celebrate. Silver and Gold Waterm is the last drop of the year. Are you ready to add him to your collection and make mischief? 3 years of mischief have been made. 2025 will bring many mysterious surprises. Thank you all for a wonderful year. See you in 2025. Coven, I have one last trick up my sleeve for you before the year is over. Be prepared for a new announcement.